in this section, we're going to learn to construct truth tables. Okay, so this is a truth table for negation. If your P, you always put true, false. Okay, your P is true or false, then not P. Well, if P is true, not P is false. If P is false, not P is true. Let's look at another one. This one is called a conjunction. This symbol, let me get a different color here. This symbol means and. Okay, now when you normally set up a truth table for P's and Q's, here's how it looks. P goes true, true, false, false. Q goes true, false, true, false. That's how you set it up every time when you just have a P and a Q. In a minute, we'll add an R. Okay, now this says P and true. Okay, that means are P and Q both true? See, true and true gives you a true. Here's your answer column. True and false, are they both true? It has to be one and the other, so that's false. False and true, that's false. False and false, that's false. The only time you get a true when you have a P and Q table is when they are both true, one and the other. Now the next truth table is called a disjunction. This symbol means or. So set it up for P, true, true, false, false. Q, true, false, true, false. Now, is one or the other true? Well, here they're both true, so that's true. Here, one of them is true, one or the other, so that's true. Here, one of them is true, one or the other, so that's true. The only time you get a false is when neither is true. Now, let's use this concept. It says, let P and Q represent the following statements. Okay, 10 is greater than 4, that's true. 3 is less than 5, that's true. So what we are starting with is two true statements. Okay, 10 is greater than 4, 3 is less than 5. Now, what we're going to look at, okay, it says do P and Q, are one and the other true? So we're looking at true and true. Okay, so the answer to that is going to be true. One and the other, they are both true. So the answer to part A is going to be true. Now let's look at part B. Not P. Okay, so if P is true, not P is false. So I have false and Q is true. So I have false and true. Are one and the other true? No. So the final answer to that one is going to be false. The only way to get a true when it's and is to have two trues. So that statement ends up being false. Let's look at a couple more on the next page. Now remember, both of these are true. Okay, so now, P or not Q. Okay, so P is true or not Q. Well, if Q is true, not Q is false. True or false? Is one or the other true? Because this one's an or. The answer to that is yes, one or the other is true. So it is a true statement. Let's look at this last one. Not P. Well, if P is true, not P is false. False. Oops, I did a true there. Let me fix that, make it look correct. Okay, so we have false or not Q. Well, if Q is true, not Q is false. Is one or the other true? That would be no. So the answer to this one would be false.